Hi there, welcome to day 5 of the Declutter My Home Challenge. Today is the final day, so we've made a pretty big impact into the clutter in our home. We started off with just stopping the inflow of clutter. Then we moved on to toys and our closet and our bathrooms. And today we're going to talk about the kitchen. So if you have a lot of these in your kitchen cabinets, which I'm guessing you might, I don't know, they make babies or something and multiply. Well, today we're going to try to get rid of some of these. Or we're going to tackle the cups, the plastic cups, or the excess plates, or the kids' plates, or whatever it is that's overtaking your kitchen cabinets. That's our goal today. So your one assignment is to tackle either cups, plates, mugs, glasses, all of that. But if that seems overwhelming, which to me it might be a little overwhelming, I want you to tackle one category. Just one of those categories to make space in your kitchen cabinets and learn what it's like to put a cup away without worrying about them all falling down and attacking you because there's just so many up there. I may or may not be speaking from experience. So I want to talk to you about why you might want to declutter your kitchen. It goes beyond just having more space in your cabinets. This phenomenon happens when you start decluttering all of the excess in your cabinets, and that's less dishes, or at least the feeling of less dishes. Because you're going to still eat off the same number of plates. You're going to still drink out of the same number of cups, but something crazy happens. All of a sudden, you no longer get like these piles of dishes in your sink that just make you not want to even eat at home that night or make you want to go out to get a cup of coffee in the morning because you don't want to deal with it. So when you have less stuff, you're forced all of a sudden to do the dishes after dinner because you know if you don't do the dishes after dinner, there are no more plates for breakfast. You're going to have to wash dishes if you want to eat breakfast at home. Same thing, after breakfast, if you don't put them in the dishwasher and get it started before your day gets going, you're going to have to do dishes before dinner because there just aren't that many more dishes available to you. When you have an excess amount of dishes, this is what happens. You eat dinner, you put them all in the sink, you leave them there because why? You have more dishes in the cabinet for tomorrow. So tomorrow you wake up, you have breakfast. What do you do with your dishes? You put them in the sink. And you'll just worry about it at dinner. Then dinner rolls around and then you need to make dinner and homework needs to be done. And all of a sudden you don't have time to do that many dishes. So you take out the other set of dishes, you eat dinner, and then now they're like starting to encroach on the countertops and pile up there. And then you're like, oh my God, what do? I have so many dishes to do. I always have dishes to do. Well, this is the beauty of having less, because when you have less, after every single meal, you're like forcing your brain to do more dishes. So some people ask me, what's the right amount of dishes to keep in my cabinet? Because we got a family of 4. I can't imagine just keeping only 4 dishes. Then don't keep just 4. We have a family of 4 and we keep 8 dishes each. Well, at least that's the ideal. Right now we have 5 big plates. I can tell you that's not enough for us because what happens is we eat breakfast and then we have little plates that we can eat off for lunch. And then by dinner time, we have no big plates. And that's annoying. Well, we have 1 big plate and that's it. So we are doing dishes a lot, like after every single meal. I like having 2 sets of dishes for every person in the family because when you have that, you can eat 2 meals. So like we can have breakfast and then throw them all in the dishwasher and still get by for lunch. And then by then the dishwasher's run and then we have dishes for dinner. And it's beautiful. And then we put them in after dinner. And then we start over with clean dishes the next day. So 2 sets per person in our household works. Honestly, if we had 6 big plates, that would probably work because our kids can eat off of small plates more oftentimes than not. So that's our magic number. If you have 5 teenagers coming over to your house every day after school, you might need more plates, and that's okay. If you entertain your extended family every single weekend, then you might need more plates. But if you don't, if entertaining that many people is a rarity, then don't have as many dishes. That's okay. It's okay if you have a party to break out the paper plates. Or I have an extra set of china for our Christmas. It's like got little Christmas trees on them. I think we have like 8 or 10 plates. I won't lie. I've had another family stay with us in the summertime and I broke those up out of the closet downstairs and we used Christmas plates in the summertime because that way we had enough, but I didn't have to go out and buy extra plates and I didn't have to deal in paper and plastic plates the whole time. So that's my little secret. I like 2 sets per person in the family, and then moving on. Okay, let's talk about mugs. These bad boys, like I said earlier, they seem to multiply on their own. I'm not quite sure. I'm showing you these 2 because these are my husband and I's favorite. This one's mine, this one's his. We drink out of these 2 mugs every single solitary day. If they're dirty, well, we'll find a way to get them clean so we can drink out of them in the morning, because somehow caffeine tastes better out of your own mug. And secretly, we get annoyed when guests stay with us and they grab our mugs because those are ours. So here's my point. If you are like us and you have your own favorite mugs, then chances are you don't need 30 other mugs. You could probably get by with just your mugs, and then like anybody else in your family that drinks out of them, and then those regular people that come over. So we have 2, maybe 4, I really don't know. We only drink out of these 2 to 4 other mugs that we keep for when company comes over, so we can serve them coffee or tea in the mornings, especially if they're staying the night. If we're going to get fancy and have a big old party, we do have china that's stored in a buffet, and we use that when we have like a pretty fancy party and we need teacups, but they're little. They're not very practical. So we keep them out of the kitchen on a regular basis. So if you have mugs from like companies with like the logos on them and you're not even tied to these companies, or you don't really like these companies, those should be the first to go. You know those generic white ones that nobody really likes because they have no joy in them? Get rid of those. Keep your fun, colorful mugs, the ones that make you happy, the ones that make you want to drink your caffeine every day. Those are the ones you want to keep. This was a little hard for my husband at first because he didn't want to let go of the ones that he got for free from this training that he went to, but really there was no emotional tie to them. And finally I was like, we gotta let them go, or else I'm gonna let the cute little shutterfly ones go with my kids' pictures on them. And he's like, okay, fine, we'll get rid of the company logo ones. So start there. I really think mugs is probably the easiest place to start. If you don't want to do mugs, if for some reason you have some crazy emotional tie to your mugs, then let's move on to plates. I've already touched on it a little bit, but specifically, let's move on to kid plates. I hate plastic kid plates, and I understand that there is a time in your life where you need them, but your kids do not need 8 sets of plastic plates to get them through one single day. They just don't. 1 plastic plate, maybe 2 plastic plates per kid should do. Unless it's like summertime and that's your thing, you like to have plastic plates all the time because you're eating in crazy places, then okay. Then factor that into how many plates you're keeping. But you don't need ginormous sets of plastic plates for all of your kids. Keep in mind the same concept that you use for your own plates. So that's day 5 of our challenge. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already signed up for the challenge, I'd love it if you went ahead and clicked on the link below. I'll give you a link to get signed up. You'll get tips, ideas, hacks in your email. You'll also get a link to every day's video so I can go more in depth about what we're doing each day. And thanks for joining me. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button below, and thank you so much.